Dad died at 18 and I got his money in trust. I'm 18 and my dad died and I'm inheriting about £400,000 in a trust fund. I have no clue about money. I'm a student and I don't have a job. My grandma also changed her will, so whatever my dad would have got I'm getting. She's unfortunately got MND too. I live with one of my trustees and he wants to charge me 1.4k a month in rent out of my trust fund. I'm planning to go to uni or get an apprenticeship in 2025. 1.4k seems absurd for a room. They both said they would be okay with me buying a place in the trust's name. I don't know if that's a good idea or staying here and paying the rent is better. I know I'm young and it's not my money yet, but I don't want it to just waste away and I have no idea what the right thing to do is, and people keep asking me what I want to do with it and I have no clue, or if buying a house is a good investment. No idea if this is the right place to post, sorry if not. Edit. Thank you all so much, you've given me some ideas and things to think about. Edit. With extra info, my trustees are my dad's friend who was my foster carer and my uncle. I think he's charging me that amount because his mortgage is expensive and he wasn't expecting to have me and had semi-retired. I live in southeast England. If I go to my chosen university I get a 13k a year scholarship as I'm a careleaver, so will not have to use my trust for any living expenses. It's just between now and then the after uni. My dad's mate said buying a place was a good idea, then renting it out, and they both are leaning towards that, but now I'm not so sure. Sorry for your loss. I agree, £1,400 for a room is way too much, and it's probably because they know the amount in the trust. This is quite greedy behavior. Please spend a few months reading up on trusts and inherited wealth. There is a deep cultural dimension to doing it right. I recommend Entrusted by David R. York. Raised Healthy, Wealthy and Wise by Coventry Edwards Pitt, and The Old Money Book by Byron Tully. I'm sorry for your loss. Also, more practically, you need to get to know and trust the trustee, especially how he understands your dad's intentions, and view the content of the trust. If I had to pay $1,400 for a room per month, I'd be finding a way out of there and living on my own. It definitely sounds like they want you to pay their mortgage. The trustee's job is to administer the trust as your father wanted the funds to be used. There is generally a document called the trust instrument that lays out how the trust is to be used, and the trustee's job is to then determine if your request for funds fits what your father stipulated through the document. A very common use of trusts is to provide for HEMS, health, education, maintenance, and support. However, the trust instrument can also be very specific. I would request the trust document to read for yourself how it is laid out, till you can set the trust up to be dispersed when the child reaches a certain age. Say 25, 30, or even 50 years old. I just assumed it was always at age 18. Sounds like you can't trust that trustee. Reach out to the other trustee and tell them the situation. Don't buy a house. You're young. A house is a giant liability and headache that you have to maintain. Go to uni and stay in the dorms or rent a cheap room with some friends. Focus on your education and figure out your professional future over the next few years. You are a cash cow to the trustees and they will milk you for every cent they can get. If you tell them you are leaving, they will lower the rent and try to get money off you some other way. Do not tell anyone about the money you inherited. 1. Get a copy of the trust document. 2. Research about trusts and read the books recommended. 3. Negotiate fair room and board. Make sure they are not taking a commission from the trust. But probably more important than any of those things, find a chartered financial planner (CFP). Have them show you how to manage the money. Even better if you can pay for the appointment time, instead of letting them make commission money off of investing your trust money for you. Ideally, you want someone with knowledge, experience, and nothing to gain from the money in your trust to teach you how to be financially wise. Your dad set up this trust with an estate lawyer, most likely. Set up a meeting with said lawyer by yourself and get an explanation in plain English. Then get a second opinion from another estate lawyer not affiliated with the first attorney. This is your money that your father set aside to take care of you, not the trustee. Get a paid financial advisor immediately. $400K. Even if it is poorly invested, will bring you $20K in annual cash flow while preserving the core $400K. Whomever is wanting to charge rent is just trying to get in on this. ID move. A trustee who provides housing seems a conflict of interest. Sorry for your loss. You're going to grow up quickly. You are wise to be asking questions. Don't spend it frivolously. Be mindful with this cash. You can likely set yourself up for a better life path. Minimize fees and get smart on portfolio theory. Good luck. But does that include food, mate? You should be looking into all of it, because getting a place on your own and food and transit etc. is a lot more than $1,400, at least where I am. Go talk to several financial advisors. Do not pay what your trustee is charging you for. They know exactly how much you have. Get full ownership of the account you are old enough, and put the money into a new account that only you have access to. Buy a place, live there, then rent it out. Don't touch it. Find out how that money is invested. Let it grow for the next 12-15 years. You'll thank yourself in your 30s. Go rent somewhere cheap. Get a part-time job to pay for during uni. You're 18. This is the easiest it will ever be to live cheaply. Do not accept the 1.4 month for rent. That's absurd. You could live in a shared house for half that cost. Sorry for your loss, my man. 1.4K is absurd for a room. Seems like your trustee is being extremely greedy. Not sure where in the UK. From a financial perspective, you should start reading up on personal finance, money management, and investing. Learn the skills and gain the knowledge. The last thing you want to do is blow it all away. 1.4K for a room. That's insane. Sounds like they're trying to take advantage of you. It's probably best you find your own place to live. $1,400 for a room is not a good deal, even if you end up paying the same for a different place. At least you know it's all yours. Good luck, man. And sorry for your loss. Your dad's friend is gouging you and taking advantage. A trustee should not have a personal interest benefit in the money like this. Can you move in with your brother? This is your money now, even if you don't have full access for a few years. Spend some of that money on a personal finance advisor. You can explain your situation and see what are your options. Check out the book Psychology of Money. Man, never tell people about your money. They trying to scam you. Sorry for your loss. Best advice I can give you is read some books. When you are done, read some more. Educate yourself. If you have any access to the funds, get yourself a financial advisor or a trustee that you can trust. Looks like you are getting taken advantage of. Sorry about your situation. Don't do anything for 1 year. Just park it in a safe bank account and earn a few points in interest. I would not buy a home either. It can be more costly and a lot more work than you imagine. If $1,400 a month is the going rate for rent, then the charge is fair. If you can find someplace cheaper or better, then move, but it sounds reasonable to me. Take some time to learn more about money and don't get stressed.